What's poppin'? What's cracking? We're here, about to do one more set of some curls. It's midnight, so we're doing a midnight session. We were just at the uni planning out some stuff. Did one set of curls, 30 kilograms for 15 reps, which is some sort of PR for me. And then I'm gonna go do my kicks on the bag, make sure I do them early in the session. But I was just doing these whilst I was getting this started. So, gonna do one more set of the arm stuff. It's arm and back day, but we're not starting on the same machine as always. Who is he? I'm getting a bit tired of it, so I'm just changing it up. It's like when I kind of lose the drive, I'll notice my strength falls off. I'm like, different movement, and this is exciting now. It was gonna be some leg stuff, but maybe tomorrow. So let's so do 30 for like 15 reps. I reckon I can do a clean like 30. What do they have over there? I might use these smaller dumbbells, smaller handles instead of the fat grips, because the fat grips are a bit of a mission. So we're walking all the way over here. Oh, we're walking all the way over here. So maybe I'll use the 36s for these. All right. I have nothing to pin this to, so you guys can just watch me here do this. I'll pin it to my shorts. My pants, rather. We just ate as well. Some hot pot. Not the leanest I've ever looked, but that's okay. Okay. Starting to get very not clean at the end there. We're looking all right. We're looking a little, you could say, a little vascular. But you can tell when I'm eating a little bit more of those kind of bad mood foods, as we call them, because you can see the lower abs aren't as lean as usual, but they can be shreddy. So, I'm gonna hit the bag now, and then, just do my fast kicks, and keep rolling. So, I'll see you guys after the fast kicks. 17.660K followers today. Making it all happen, Captain. All right, here we are. Yeah, the sky is falling down. No need to worry. Are you down? You're down. Gym bangers. Sky is falling down like she's supposed to be. She gets down low for me, down like her temperature. Cause to me she's 0 degrees. She just did the fast kicks. I did question mark kicks. I'm a little tired, and I'm exporting some videos on this battlefield of love. Sending arrows from above. Don't you ever leave the side of me. Is my singing good enough to get me copyrighted? I doubt it. But you never know, bro. You know. Never a 0% chance. Alright, we're exporting some videos. Let's put it this way. Gym Therapy episode 24. Let's keep that going. My body just needs a little break from the kicks, bro. I'm tired, Uncle Steve. But yeah, feeling good. It has been good. When was the last gym therapy session I did? Oh, yesterday actually. I've been doing them. I said it in yesterday's one. They were getting a little backlogged because there was so many, like some big files that weren't finishing. So I split it up into 2 and did that way. So it was good. it was good. We've got our thing going. Oops, forgot that I can't just carry you around like that. And yeah, having a good time overall, having lots of fun. But so I've still been training in that, feeling really good about my training, having lots of fun, and just been, that's it basically, been training, having fun. And well, yesterday was my birthday actually, and Yana and I had a big, actually I don't know if I trained yesterday, we had a big chat about some stuff business-wise, about us potentially not working together business-wise anymore. Felt like a breakup, bro. And I got pretty upset out, and be honest, because it was also on my birthday and I was feeling very stressed about some finance stuff. As like a big part of what's been happening is like I've been stressed about it, and I feel almost like I shouldn't be stressed about it, or like I've been through this so many times. Big takeaway was that, you know, sometimes you just have to sit with it a few times. It has to happen, and you like being okay with that is part of it. And it's good to be okay with being stressed about these things, because it's a few things. It boils down to, one, how you choose to perceive it. If I'm like, okay, this is what's required to get there sometimes, it's like, if this is what's required to get there sometimes, all I have to do is sit in it, sit in what we call the void, that most people panic and bail in, and that's it. And a nice addition from DeepSeek, when I plugged some of this in or told DeepSeek about this, was that you can be like, yes, this is what I do, but that doesn't mean that you do it without God. You can be like, this is what I do, holding the load, and then when your arms start to shake, God takes the load as well. Like, He can help you carry it the whole time. Sometimes we just think we have to carry it ourselves. So if you can choose to see it that way, huge. It makes a big, big difference when you can choose to see things that way, because a lot of it is our perception, but also there's the ability to choose. Understanding that it's a lot of stories that go into it that you're telling yourself as well. Well, it's hard, and being like, it could be that third or fourth time that you're going through something that you just got to keep going. You're almost hitting gold, and then you just persist from there. And if you're like, okay, this is what's required, I can do this all day, like this is what I was made for, then it kind of just becomes like, I live for this, and you're just like, well, what's the alternative as well? Is the alternative to give up on this and do something I don't enjoy for the rest of my life? No, I wouldn't want to do that. For me, I'm really big on God's called me for this path, and that means I'm honored that He is actually, He thinks that I have He knows that I have the strength to be able to endure it. So all I have to do is literally endure it, you know? And God provides, takes care of us the whole time. I'm going to do a sneaky fun set with the 46ers. Actually, I came over here to do it, praying about it. I've done 2 sets, and God says no, not to do it with these. I am not one to argue with God telling me what to do. You can see the laptop exporting here. The Dragon Ball Z bag, which I still absolutely love, and carry it around the gym floor because it's so cool. Look at this thing. Look at it. So cool, bro. It makes me want to take it everywhere. It's so good because Yana and I went to UQ, the University of Queensland, just before this, and we were carrying our stuff around, and we kind of spontaneously decided to go there whilst we were out, whilst we were out, because we had someone mowing the lawn today. We decided we wanted to go to UQ to do some filming and some content stuff. And that was a huge session, which we got some really cool stuff done. We did that, got our stuff done, and we also got to film some sick content of like long form content of stuff that's mainly, it was like we did a whole content plan breakdown. Funnily enough, that comes off the back of yesterday we had the chat about us potentially not working together anymore, and I was like, oh, okay. And I felt bad because I was like, oh, I wanted to be good enough to work with YLC and was telling myself a lot of stories about, this means I'm not good enough, and I could have done this, could have done that better. But it was in that embracing that and that breakup almost that it's actually so much better now. And the stuff that we went over just then is so exciting. We're doing some awesome stuff. Like, we're absolutely smashing it. So it all works well and is just exciting times overall, you know? But it comes from being able to sit in those difficult times that you don't really want to face, having the hard conversations, just being able to persist through that stuff. And I still get it, because for me, something we've been talking about is how I think I shouldn't have to start from zero, because I have this idea in my mind that I need to be infallible, which we've talked about before, invulnerable. But it's not about being Superman, because my audience isn't like, oh, we only want to follow you if you're perfect and you never make any mistakes and nothing bad ever happens, or you never have to start from zero. Because I've got all these things across the board business-wise, but we have it where we have investments and passive income set up to the point where we could literally do nothing, kick back, live off of our passive income, and our investments would also just accumulate to like a $6 million portfolio by the time we're 60. Jana was doing the numbers the other day, but we've specifically chosen, no, I'm not going to use that stuff. I'm actually going to provide through my business and starting doing it up a slightly different way as well. I've still got the staples of what I do, but now we've really settled on this identity of a life coach, because that's something that just keeps coming up. And I had some things about it, like, oh, a life coach, like, who needs a life coach? What's that? And all these things that I have against it, like, they're just stories that I'm telling myself that held me back from doing it. But I'm like, this is what I do. Like, and part of being a life coach in that regard is not being perfect. It's actually, people want to see how you navigate through the messy in-betweens, I think Jana called it, or the messy middles. As you're going through that stuff, it's not actually about, oh, hey, I'm perfect, I never make mistakes, I never have to start from zero, never make mistakes, or I never struggle and I never have to start from zero. I'd go through this, but it's about how you navigate through it. And the fact is that because of all the skills I have, my starting from zero is not the same as someone else's starting from zero. But part of my thing is also my business hadn't taken off as fast as maybe I thought, oh, okay, it's taken off in other businesses much faster. But now we're in a position where I'm providing fully with that stuff. I'm learning all this stuff about this relationship with money and all these finances and all the stuff we've been vlogging and documenting here. But I've also been really intentional, and this is a big thing that I do with my life coaching, is not doing something you're not passionate about. So finding what that is, because otherwise you just, if I were to be like, oh, if only I was successful doing this thing that I kind of was like just for the money, you get stuck in that and then you don't enjoy it. But if you do it from something you're passionate about, then it can really thrive and grow. So I feel like up until now I hadn't really gone too off, because it wasn't really what I was super duper passionate about before. Wasn't fully aligned. But now the stuff we've been going over, we've been refining it, and now we're like, whoa, okay, this is sick. And part of me is like, man, but I keep saying that. I keep saying, oh, okay, we're like, refined it and it's even better now. But we've actually, with that, I've always been making money. I've consistently been making more and more and more, and it's been getting better and better, even within the refinement. So I'm very blessed for that. And now with the refinement, I'm like, this is gonna go off, bro. So excited, so excited. So we got some cool stuff. I think Jana's gonna release the whole, maybe not my whole video on it, but I've got a couple of things that I'm gonna do, like focusing on the long form content like I'm already doing on YouTube, because as Jana said, that's the best starting point for me, because I'm a yapper, as you can tell. Let's do this set, and then making the short form and all that around it. We've just got such a solid thing. Call it the Man of God offer, and because all your content stems from your offer, so it's a Man of God offer, and the real role that I play is a life coach. And it all comes from there. So the mindset, the life coach, it all just comes together through that. And the Man of God thing is really the angle that offer has. Very blessed, very excited. Okay, haven't done this second for a while. There. Oh man, the biceps are feeling that, bro. So, oh baby, feeling good. Oh, that was right into the mic just then. We are feeling really, really excited. I'm gonna pace around a little bit back and forth here because I got all the free gym space. There's actually no one else here right now, but we are able to just do our thing. You know what? I'm gonna go into the group studio for a few minutes because you'll hear there's like no music in here, bro, or it's much quieter. So yeah, we've been able to really zone in and focus more and more, and it was almost like that letting go of, hey, you know what, potentially we won't work together, that allowed us to do now some of our best work together in that long form stuff that we were doing. We documented the whole thing. We've got some super exciting stuff, both by way of my personal brand and some other investment things that we're doing with real estate. And we're gonna be releasing some of that stuff, and also one of our gifts is being able to document that stuff because we're both content creators, and also being able to teach other people. So it's like we have these gifts that increase the leverage, that it's like we're not just doing the thing ourselves, we're also passing that on. So obviously the returns are outsized for us, but also it spreads it so much more than just people that are just good at the craft. That's great, like the real estate stuff, real estate flipping and that kind of thing, or whatever it is, investing. They're great at doing that, but sometimes not the best teachers or people to spread the word by way of that. But we have this gift of being really good at doing these things and being great and natural content creators and documenters, and also great teachers as well. So we have these immense privileges to be able to spread all the stuff that we do through that. Oh, that's right, I was gonna walk around. So I'm gonna pace back and forth here a little bit because I came to the gym earlier today, but I had a session with like a client coaching call. And so I kind of didn't train for as long, maybe try a negative one. I didn't train for as long. I literally came in, got a coffee, hit the sauna for like 15 minutes and dunked my face in the cold plunge, and that was it. Like that was the whole day, that was the whole session, and it was good. And then went home and did the session and took the dogs out because we had someone cutting the lawn today. So yeah, it's been a really good day. And Yana came out partway through that. I had to just taken the dogs out so they wouldn't really get in the way and that, but we went out and then took the dogs home, went to UQ and did our thing by way of documenting all that stuff. There was a whiteboard up there, and we wanted to go to a room with a whiteboard. We got some markers in that on the way there, and we just started going for it, like writing out this whole thing about just my offer. We started with it's like a brainstorm thing on one side because we had talked in the car about like how I'm gonna do my offer. There's an aspect of like guys that I'm helping that are like 0 to 1, just starting to do something that's, in alignment with their business. They don't know really how to get that started, what to sell, all that stuff, how to sell stuff. And then there are people that are more 1 to 100, which is like they're already sort of there, and they go through this cycle of like, they lack focus, and then they get some and they're like, oh, I'm kind of there, but it leads to this cycle of they're there, and then different things start to come, and they go through a whole cycle. We won't get too into it right now because I'm going to go out and get the next set. Yeah, it's really exciting just to go over that and be like, whoa, this is the thing I've always been helping people with, but now we can step into it fully with the financial side of things, just the overall, the vibe, and what we have to offer, is pretty cool to know what we're doing, you know? To know what we're doing to an even deeper level, get to document it as well, share that stuff, and we're quite outspoken about this stuff, and we're advocates for doing this style as well, and we do it. It's like we'll document as we go and call our shot beforehand, because then people get to follow along in real time. And definitely part of me doesn't like to sometimes do it, even with the gym therapy stuff. That was big for me because I was like, wow, I feel like I should already be financially literate, especially as a guy who coaches business stuff and that as well. I should be more financially literate. And it's like, well, you could always be less, but it's documenting and showing that journey. And I've had so much success with clients and making content and improving their financial literacy and their mindset around these things, that it's not a bad thing when I'm doing this. It's actually because I care that I'm able to do it. And oh man, this one's a deep can of worms. But last night, so a few things went awry. Yana and I were talking about that stuff and not working together, and then we were at the gym, and I've been so stressed this past week about finances and paying rent and all of that stuff, and organizing like us, because we're moving to Melbourne next month. Organizing, finalizing stuff with clients, selling stuff at this house, and being like, okay, I'm getting the money to then go to Melbourne next month. I've just been so focused on that like there's so much going on, and also I feel like I shouldn't be struggling financially in that. Part of me felt like I shouldn't be struggling financially because I felt kind of silly because the fact that I hit like signed up client, and then it's like technically the finances number was like, it was starting to pull ahead of where the Amex was. So the Amex limit being $4.5K a month, and I paid it off fully like early last month, the statement balance, and then it just was like boom, straight back up to the limit again. And I was like, what happened? Like, did I mess it up? It was like an egg on my face moment where I was like, man, I really messed this up. But realizing that, especially because I was talking it through a deep seek, was like, that is not necessarily egg on the, it doesn't have to be seen as an egg on the face. We can reframe it as I'm learning these finance cycles and how to do all of this stuff to this degree. And we're still here, I'm still paying rent, doing all of these things, providing for my family, supporting us through it all. It's like, oh, yeah. So it's not that bad. We can make it worse in our heads than it actually is a lot of the time. But what happened was that, and I was getting real stressed about it, and I was doing this stuff, and Yana had emailed them beforehand here to play like happy birthday, and like some birthday music came on. It was like a happy birthday song. And I was like, that's weird for the gym. But I was like so focused on my phone initially that I was like, hey, it took me a second to hear. And it was like, and we had a good laugh in that, but it came across like I was so unappreciative of it. Like, and I was really upset at myself when we went home because of this. Like, we had a laugh, and I kept that, like a little birthday hat and a little kazoo thing that they got. But it was just like, it wasn't, the day itself didn't seem to be working out. I went to do the kicks, but there was a class going on, so I was like, oh, I can't do the kicks. And Yana wasn't training anyway, she just came in for that, literally just came in for that. And so we went home, and she didn't really want to, you know, obviously the conversation about us potentially not working together was like a real mood killer in a way, but important to go through. And then I was like, do you maybe want to go for a walk here? As like, I wasn't being very direct. I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to walk. In my mind, I was like, I want to walk because I want to spend some time together. It's, you know, sunset, it'd be nice. But she was like, nah, I just want to go home. And I was like, oh wow, you don't even want to do stuff on my birthday. But it was just a silly way of looking at it. And then whilst we were going home, I was stressed and she was like asking me what was going on. She was being so nice, but I was taking it as like, even when she was asking, oh, what's this? What's going through your mind here? And that in such a loving way, when I look back at it, I was like very short with her because I was just so stressed about it. I was so mad at myself. But of course, when you express that, like, it just comes out as you're mad at the other person. And so it all really culminated when we got home, and I was like, oh, there's this thing on at 6:30, maybe I could go. We got there at home around 6:15, and I was just like, once I said it, I just started stressing about other stuff, and she was like, oh, I think you should go. She literally said it so sweetly, and I was just like, I don't want to go, because I was like, just so mad at myself. But then she got like real like upset by that, and then she was like, fine, and like kind of went inside. She was actually quite nice to me, and I went inside and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't say I'm sorry straight away because I wasn't sure, because sometimes she doesn't, like, it's not the right thing to always apologize straight away. So I was being mindful of that. It's still making about her and her feelings, and I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't so good. But then by the time we got inside, she was like, I honestly, like, I feel bad, but I can't really be around you right now. And she wanted to take the car, so I let her take the car in that. And when she was leaving, I was like, I just want to let you know I'm sorry, because I was feeling quite bad. And she was like, I don't need you to be sorry. And she was like, far out, and then left. And I was so upset from that. I just like went and cried in my little office rumpus thing. And it was like with the dogs, I fed the dogs in that, and I was just sitting there like, oh, what is going on? It all happened so fast because I didn't take a second to stop and breathe for a second. That always happens when I just like start jumping in one thing, the next thing, the next thing, instead of just taking the second to take 3 breaths and then go from there. So I really was upset at that. I'm gonna do the set and then I'll continue this story because I really want to get this documented. All right. Quite tired, it's midnight, eh? Oh, okay, so I was typing this out to DeepSeek because I was actually feeling quite bad. It's like, feels so bad because I was like, this is so hard and I'm so stressed. I'm like, is this worth it? Like, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? These things creep in sometimes. Like, it happens to me as well. And I was just like, man, what am I doing? But it took me back to 2018 when it was my birthday again at that time, and I was feeling the immense weight of everything. I was at uni doing my thing. What's up? Okay? Ready to go? Me too. How long ago did you finish? Just then? Okay, good. Yeah. So, to be continued, but basically I was at uni, assignments, all that, felt the immense weight of all of it. I'll tell you whilst I put the weights away real quick. And it was my birthday as well. I was there, it was like 9 or 10 at night or something, or getting quite late. And Yana on the belt squat. And then my family came and surprised me and we got fish and chips together. I have a photo of it on my Facebook as one of my old Facebook profiles that I had for a while actually. And I actually forgot the story behind it until now, but it was just this massive relief. And it was like, it wasn't a bad thing for me to be caring so much that I was like, this isn't worth it. Like, what am I doing with my life? It's actually a good thing because it's just looking at it, I'm like, well, it's just because I cared about that stuff so much. So it wasn't so much about what I learned intellectually or knowledge-wise from the uni textbooks or whatever assignment I was doing. And same with this stuff. It's more that I cared about something so much I was willing to push and feel that much and then just invest that time and effort into myself. That has really shaped me into who I am, because I constantly do that with stuff that I care about, you know, and it's about learning to see that better and better and refine that over time. Anyway, that's all for this one. We're gonna go home. As you can see, my eyes are a little tired. This is all the art of being man. Embody that. Be all gravy, baby. I will continue this in another one. Just biceps today. Love you guys. Bye.